Alright. Historic cycling. This is very similar to the red-white standard cycling deck that we played yesterday, except we get a very easy answer to the question we were struggling with yesterday in standard of how many lands do we want to play? So we played 18 lands yesterday in standard, and it felt like it might have been too many lands. And here in historic, I actually just get to play 20 lands because we get to play these Onslaught cycle lands that were printed directly into historic via the second historic anthology. So think of this as we have 14 regular lands, and then we have 6 emergency lands for when we really need mana and we haven't drawn these. So these come into play tapped, which is a little bit awkward, but when we want them to be lands, but when we don't want them to be lands, they're going to cycle a lot. So as far as cards go, the spells in this deck are all standard legal, although I have made some changes to the sideboard. For example, I don't think you need Flame Sweep in standard, but in historic, we need to worry about Field of the Dead on occasion, so I put some Flame Sweeps in here. I've also upped the number of Light of Hopes because Killing Wilderness Reclamation is important in this format, so I guess it's actually kind of important in standard too. I'm going to go ahead and dive on into a historic event here with this one and see how it goes. Those that are interested in playing some competitive historic, we're going to be having our third Hoagland open a little under a month from now on May 23rd. Well, Amonkhet cycling duels will play Select. Probably not. 1 mana versus 2 for cycling is a big deal. I don't have a sign-up open yet for the next open. We're gonna take care of that. We're gonna take care of that at some point later. But I'm pinning down who we're gonna have sponsored for prizes and what the prizes are gonna be. Talking with Cool Stuff Inc. to find out if they want to do it again or if I need to find someone else. They did not announce a release date for HA3, but with Christie being due June 22nd, we're gonna do like a month out from that. Even if they do, like, we find out that it's gonna be after the 23rd, like, I just can't realistically hold the tournament that late. Sign-ups are not open yet, silly cheese. Those are the words that just came out of my mouth. I think I mulligan this. No Fox on 1. Sounds like an easy mulligan. Look at that. Look at that. Always play the Fox on 1, chat. Always Fox. Never not Fox. Never not Fox. Hey, Kane, thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. Mr. Bopes there in chat is the creator of MTG Bot, and he asked if we would help beta test a new variation that he's working on, so he's working on setting that up this morning. There will be a post on Twitter and a post in... If you have the open participants tag in the subs Discord, you'll get a ping when signups are available for the next event. So we'll tag that group in there. All right, and then we'll go ahead and play the Forgotten Cave here as a tapped land. I mean, that's not just your opinion, Chef Seth. That's the opinion of most reasonable. That's the opinion of most people in the scientific community, from my understanding. It's important to remember to vote out the Republicans that are forcing states to be open again, especially hypocrites like the Georgia governor, who has closed the Georgia governor's mansion for tours because they feel it's unsafe to do tours, but they've opened their state back up. Because do as I say, not as I do. They think you are stupid, because in fact you are stupid if you are voting for Republicans at this point. So they can treat you like you're stupid. Thanks for the resubs. Space Herring. Game was framed. Rules for thee, not for me. Correct. Exactly. It's just like the what's it called? Like the Wisconsin Republicans who met the Wisconsin Supreme Court met via Zoom to decide that it was safe to have in-person elections and not postpone them. Vote them out. Party Bus CEO, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. Hypocrisy is not the bread and butter of politics. Hypocrisy is the bread and butter of bad politicians that you shouldn't be voting for. Yeah, I forgot my glasses upstairs this morning. I didn't feel like going upstairs to get them. I'm not planning to stream for 12 hours today, so I should be okay. Excuse me? Excuse me? I mean, alright. That's a thing that has happened. I mean, they have Orzalith. It's kind of a cute idea. They can, like, sweep the board and keep their counters on their stuff. Yeah, it's kind of a novel concept. I think I'm gonna try and hit a land tier. Perfect. And we'll shock this in, and we'll play the Stinger. And we'll pass back here, and then next turn we can put a Fox into play, and then triple cycle, pump up the jam. Come on. Bring it, little elephant. No blocks. Down to 8. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, you must have just had an operating system or a phone update, Space Herring. It's been like that for a while on recent Android devices. Lurrus showing us why it does well. Against sweepers. Oh, I should play the Fox, right? Yeah, let's do that. Probably doesn't matter, but, you know. This archetype's just incredibly satisfying to play. It's like, draw all the cards. Yes, please. I would like to draw more cards. And more cards, and more cards. Whee! This'll probably, opponent's playing a bit of a brew. I'm just gonna click submit. This'll probably be a good budget deck choice for both standard and historic moving forward. Like, you can even budget 4 of the... You don't have to have the blue lands in this deck like I do. Oh, I didn't update the stream decker. Thank you. This deck's so easy to mulligan with. You just, like, look if you have a Fox on one, and if you don't, you mulligan. See, easy game, chat. Easy game, easy life. I think I'm actually gonna bottom the Zenith Flare here. I don't really want to flare till later. Glaring a control player for lethal if they sweep the board is never not satisfying. You love to see it. You love to see it. So attack first here, so that way they can't trade. Play the Rescuer post combat. Say go. Hitting Gyruda players. That's funny. That's good, clean living. I guess this is technically a Scotch awkward. I'm going to hold my next cycle till their turn. So that way I can make another token here. Start going wide. Lose 1 point of damage now, but build up extra points of damage later. The historic cards in this deck are these lands. The historic, this deck coming to historic answers the question. Oh, I messed up. Yikes. Yikes. Well, poop. This deck coming to historic answers the question, how many lands do you want to play? With just the answer of yes. So I gave them 2 1/1 counters I didn't have to give them here by cycling this after the Heliod came into play. And before anybody asks or leaves a comment on my YouTube video, no, you can't just play Triumphs in Standard. 3 mana cycling is not good. 3 mana cycling is not good enough. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. The fact that this is just like a playable card is so great. Just like, and for my next trick. Yeah, the only reason this cycling for 2 is playable is because it's a threat. Big agrees. I think before they have Heliod as a payoff, I'd rather not trade my Rescuer. Pacifism. Well, that's rude. Ha! We can almost do this. Oh, I guess I can get into trouble here because this is going to turn into a 4/4. I was thinking I had enough to beat it, but I actually need 1 more, right? Okay, sweet. Unfortunately, not going to get to draw 4 with this, but I am going to take their Soul Warden off the table. Whew! Alright. Ready to charge the laser, chat. Ready to fire the Doom Missile. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Bonk, 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 bonk. Nuclear launch detected. That's the correct. I mean, my deck is mostly cycling cards, like with 4 cards in my hand. I think they should block, expecting to at the very least trade there. If not, get blown out. Yeah, this archetype's gonna get a real upgrade when Amonkhet gets here, and we get to put 4 Hallowed ones in this deck. I don't have a Fox on one, but I've got Rescuer on 2, so I'm going to keep this. If we get Hallowed one in the Amonkhet remaster, this deck is Foxy. I agree, Thopter Gifts. I think I'm supposed to play this on one. You want you some Drake Havens. Loose take. Drake Haven's not going to be good. Lukewarm take. All of the expensive bad cycling cards you're talking about will not be playable. Yeah, Flameblade Adept might play. Flameblade Adept might be good enough. Oh, shouldn't have tapped my red. Yikes. Okay, so they're attacking like this, and they're planning to... I'm excited to get a little foxy. And they're planning to sack the Life's Bounty to protect the Saracen in here, then? I assume. Bravemate's gonna get a little big, a little fast. Let's do this. Let's cycle this. We might be able to get them with Startling Development here off our cheeky blue lands. Get to make something a 4/4 as a surprise. Activated my trap card. What a startling development, chat. What a startling development. Papi! Oh, 1 mana cycling lands are great. I'm gonna hold this to cycle on their next turn here. I'm gonna go ahead and have this fight this. The cycle lands have been good like expected. Feels like a clean upgrade from standard. B-Sphinx, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. No! Dang it, Bobby. Dang it, Bobby. Dang it, Auto Tapper. There's so many white sources. You know what they say when you assume, chat? When they assume, the Auto Tapper makes you an ass. It's honestly quite impressive. It's honestly quite impressive. That's a startling development. Auto Tapper's just leaving cyclers in your yard for flare, right? I'm super into this. I'm super into casting this combat trick. It seems much better than the black discard spell that we played yesterday. Nuclear launch detected. Oh no, they gained one. Tilt. Pew! It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Alright, get in there, squad. Get in there. Pew pew! Pew pew pew! Pew pew! Pew pew pew! Pew pew! Pew pew pew! Yeah, do we want some Thundermanes? It's probably pretty okay. I think we cut 4 cyclers for that. I'm gonna do 2 fries, 2 Thundermanes. This deck fell out of some 9-year-old's lunchbox that ended up being pretty tasty. Hey, don't you talk about my pile of synergy like that? Morning, Fox. Thunder. Oh, whoa, whoa. Do, 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 do. It's no Fox on 1, but Rescuer's fine. This is the one good deck that has not a bunch of individual. I mean, to be fair, we do still get kind of messed up by Teferi. Let's almost played the Steam Vents on, almost played the Forgotten Cave on 1, then we drew Steam Vents. Easy swap. No turn 2 play. You love to see it, chat. Like some Jurassic Park stuff going on behind this guy here. He's seen some stuff, chat. Alright, are we frying the Healer's Hawk? Are we frying the... I think we're frying the Healer's Hawk. Get a little roasty toasty pigeon. Well, that's just rude. I liked my Rescuer. And now I can't even get him back with Lurrus? Why you have to be so mean? Why you have to be so mean? I think I'm gonna lead on this. Then the removal spell, I'm a little bit sad, but leading on this lets me cycle this and then cast it from the bin next turn, which is nice. Punished. I guess I should bring in some enchantment removal postboard. Just gonna do this, I think. Keep them away from the devotion for this. Yeah, put it became more interactive, which is probably smart as the game goes long. I think that's proper role assessment on their part. I think as the game goes long, they're more favored than we are. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I can Zenith Flare. Actually, let's cycle this to start, because then I gain one more life. And then we can Zenith Flare this. Man, we've been casting, like, I've only got four blue sources in this deck, but casting this seems super real. Like, you just see so many cards per game. Yeah, I'm feeling, like, pretty convinced that the, the blue splash is better than the black that we played yesterday in Standard. Use the control deck now, opponent. Use the control deck now. Yeah, I agree. I think if we get up to casting this, we're going to be in a real good spot. Oh gosh, with that in mind, am I supposed to play this? Nah, no way. No way, right? We'll draw another land eventually. Yeah, agreed. Greed, for a lack of a better term, is good. Woo! Load the cannon. Apparently 53% of my company's servers got hit with ransomware, but my boss said not to tell anyone it's ransomware because it scares the customers. Oops. Good lord, who? Can you bump up Naya Winota for a Stork? You definitely can, Fox. Thanks for all your generosity. I appreciate that. Draw cards before the flare, please. Sounds good. Did you have any particular... By the way, I meant to ask you, Fox. Did you have any particular things you wanted to see with Naya? Like, what's the green for? What payoff are you looking to see? Oh, you just want land worlds. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Sure, yeah. You want your elves to find you thick boys. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Ba-bee! Man. This deck's gonna be sweet when we get Amonkhet, chat. I'm excited. I'm excited to fit. Do you just, like, cut the life gain creature from this deck to play Hallowed one? Or you cut the crappy blue card? You probably cut the crappy blue card. This deck's gonna be gasoline with Hallowed one in it. Box on one, chat. Box on one. Dan Bopes is working on bot stuff. I told him he could use our channel as a bit of a testing ground this morning. Hallowed one, for those not familiar, if you've discarded 3 cards in the turn, it's free to play, and it's a 4/4. Man, it's just a mono white kind of morning, huh? Good thing we get to get a little foxy here. Yes, Hallowed one also has cycling for 2, right? It's like 2 mana it cycles. Yeah, the auto tapper is tough in this deck because like the auto tapper doesn't consider cards you might draw, and that's like cards you might draw are a big consideration when you're spending mana in this deck. Hallowed one is a rare. It'll like double up the rare requirement of this deck. You think Mono White's the most played deck in Stark? Maybe. It's been a while since I've hit this many in a row, though. I don't know, not that I'm really complaining, because, like, this matchup seems pretty okay for us. Hey, Sunshine, thanks for the absurd tip. Thanks for the great content, common sense, and hot takes. Here's for a teamer deck with Mythos of Illina in it. Have fun. Hey, thanks for the support. Did you put that one through the forum? Are you asking for a build around with that, Sunshine, or did you have a particular one you wanted to see? Let me know in chat. Nathan Brown, thanks for the 25 bucks. Welcome back. Me built it. Thanks. Sounds great. Happy to do that. I love punking people with Startling Development. It's my new favorite thing. Yeah, Startling Development is much better than... Much better than trying to cast the black cards like we were doing yesterday. Huh. You know, Frostveil Ambush might actually be something we want to do this game. You can also cast this card with random blue lands. There's a chance that these are things I'm interested in doing. Yeah, like that seems real, chat. Like, it might even be right to play 6 blue lands. Like, I've only got 4 in here. I could see getting up to 6 being right. Just play 10 shocks. Just cut some more basics. This is the draw for you. Alright, I could really use a land, huh? I think we're digging for the lands here, rather than playing the Drannith Healer. So I feel like I need to get Zenith Flare online next turn. Perfect. Look at that. Psycho lands coming in clutch here. Again, 18 lands felt like too many yesterday in Standard, but in Historic we get to play 20 because 6 of them are just these Psycho lands. Correct, yeah. Check lands don't make sense. You want your lands to be untapped early. How excited I am for the queue to get to Bant Nexus. That'll be fine. I think actually playing decks like Nexus is fine. And I can play quickly, so like when people make us click through it, it doesn't take that long. It's just dry when you're playing against them because you don't have any decisions. But like when you're playing those decks, they have a lot of decisions. That's why a lot of people like to play them. Prepare the laser. Prepare the laser. Ba-bee! Nuclear launch detected. Pew! That's what I did last time. I cut the 4 of these for 2 fries and 2 Thundermanes. I think this is the card that probably gets cut for Hallowed one. If we get Hallowed one and Amonkhet remastered. This is probably the boy that goes away. This, or this. I don't know. Frostveil Ambush actually seems kind of hilarious. You think we want enchantment removal? Nah. Nah, I don't think I want to board in that many cards. Chiller, Cam, thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't think you can I don't think you want to board more than 4 cards. You do lose the companion for Hallowed 1, but I think that's worthwhile. You can also experiment with Godzilla. Oh no. They say he's got to go. Go, go, Godzilla. Free Smackies. Thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. You can play Zedra if you play Hallowed 1. There you go. There you go. You still get a free roll. Okay, let's draw a white source. Rats. Never lucky, chat. Never lucky. I play Rescuer to start. It's more mana efficient. Hey, Hermcute, thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. Hope your head feels better. Hey, BJ. Thanks for the 4 months. Happy Tuesday. Okay, and thankfully, this guy is going to make endless blockers for that. Yeah, like they have a pretty good start here, and it feels like we're still in an okay spot. This box is likely to outpace the Pride Mate, so we can go for blood to fight at some point. Yeah, eventually Zenith Flare can be lethal here too, which is great. Frostveil Ambush might end up being a card with text this game. Seems like a real possibility. It's feeling more and more likely that this could be a real card. Ooh. Did I play a land yet this turn? I haven't, right? Alright, I'm going to pass now, though, because I want to make a token on their turn. Oh, I played Plains? I believe you. I believe you, chat. Listen, you just take so many game actions. You just take so many game actions. I can't be held accountable for the game actions I don't remember I took, because there are a lot of game actions since then. It's actually just incredibly satisfying to play because you keep putting triggers on the stack. Just like, and for my next trigger. Just look at the game log, yeah, right? Put this into play. I don't even know if this is good. Like, I guess it's gonna get to eat some of their stuff, but like, yeah, I guess that's fine. So we like get to pay 2, shoot things, gain some life. Yeah, it shoots down the Hawks, I guess. They are gonna get to flip Legion's Landing here, which unlocks their 3 mana spells, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like, I feel like I'm probably winning this game without this card. Yeah, Startling Development does just giant growth the Fox, which is sweet. It's very nice. Very, very nice. Alright, so let's cycle They're not dead, right? No. Alright, so let's cycle this. Let's do this. Shoot a bird. If we draw an untapped land here, we can fry the other bird, potentially. Think I'm just passing. Now, the scary part here is they're getting into range of a Johnny being potentially a thing that could happen. 4-mana Johnny, since their life total is what it is. So I probably need to start hitting them. Because if they 4-mana Johnny and hit us, we're going to die. You want to cycle for a land there? Yeah, that's probably right. Super dead to 4-mana Johnny. Oh, they're just playing Lurrus. That seems really good. Okay, so that's gotta die. Yeah, I think that's the line. I think we fry this. And then we can Thundermane the Lurrus. The question is, do I cycle this to kill this, or do I cycle the Go for Blood? I kind of think I want to cycle the Go for Blood, because I think I would actually cast the Frostveil Ambush at some point. And then I think I'm attacking with these. They get 2 free blocks, and then they go to 35. No, there's no reason to attack. I can't get them out of 4-mana Johnny ultimate range, so there's no reason to attack. Super unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Could have been more aggressive, I guess. Could have been more aggressive. Yeah, probably sat on my haunches for too long. I think if I keep them below 35, I probably can't lose. If I keep them off of that ultimate. Hey, Brandy Savage, 6 to 19 months. Welcome back. I think this is good enough. I think they have enough idiots on average that Valiant Rescuer actually is going to end up being better than Fox a lot of the time. I don't know, though. Yeah, I think I needed to fade a Johnny for one more turn, basically. Like, I was set up to start attacking the following turn, and, like, start, like, shutting them down. Yes. Get to have our Fox and eat it too here, chat. Yeah, Sans a Johnny, their deck does not deal with blockers well. That is correct. I'm doing well, Packers. Life is wonderful. You know, all world events aside, my life is pretty reasonable. Alright, so really need to draw a red source this turn. Untapped red source, so we can fry this. Never mind. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I kind of feel like Savai is probably not worth playing after that last game. Man, the mana cost to activate it is super real. Okay, so... Am I killing things? I feel like I'm killing things. If I want to fry something, I need to fry it now. Do I just, like, take Daxos off the table? Or Daxos is probably worse than Soul Warden, right? Because Soul Warden's triggering on my guys, too. I think I'm just frying Soul Warden. Hey, Troll. Thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. If I did not previously know to cast Fox on one, you have provided me with Fox news. Thanks for the tier 2 at that, too. I appreciate it. Ironcrag Pyromancer does something similar to Thundermane. That's a good thought. I like that thought. Ironcrag Pyromancer. I like that suggestion. Yeah, it's like 1 more mana up front, but then you don't have to pay something and you don't have to trigger every turn. I like that. Curious to see if they take my Fox or if they take my Source to Chump blockers. Get my Fox, okay. That's aggressive. Yeah, you have to give up Lurrus for Pyromancer. That's fair. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this deck with Amonkhet Remastered. So we were talking about it. Kidding. You're gonna want to drop this for Hallowed One anyways. This screams a Johnny in hand to you, maybe. The life gain from Thundermane been relevant? No, because in the matches where you need to be racing, you don't really have mana to activate it efficiently. Probably do have a Johnny. These attacks are to gain enough life to a Johnny me, I assume. And I'm probably dead. You know, I don't know if I really had the tools to play around a Johnny this game. I think I had the tools to play around a Johnny in the second game. Noah Johnny. That's a good start. Alright, the Thundercat is go. This is a game where we're less choked on mana than the previous one, so there's a chance Cat is good here. Fry Daxos? Why? Why are we frying Daxos? Not quite an Abyss. We've got Valiant Rescuer going. Yeah, but Seasoned Pyromancer is a, oh, we are dead? Well, that's super unfortunate. I don't think there was anything I could do. Yeah, I guess I could play around that by not attacking with our non-white creature. Okay, that's fair. I don't know. I don't know that I'm supposed to play around that. They had already played a Life's Bounty this game. And, I need to get their life total low enough for a Johnny. I don't know. I think I could have been more aggressive in our second game there to keep them off of the Ajani ult. That third game, things just didn't really line up particularly well. Also worth noting, had the Thundermane but an Ironcrag Pyromancer would have been able to block there, right? Had it been a Ironcrag Pyromancer. Probably bottom Frostveil here. I don't think that first hand is keepable because of the cycle land. Yeah, can we get a not mono white deck? We played against 3 mono white decks in a row. Won twice and had a close third set. Matchup seems pretty okay for us. I think if we had better cards in the sideboard, it'd be pretty good. The Thundermane Lion seemed really clunky there. Hey! Decidedly not mono white. Decidedly not mono white. You have a hard time seeing having enough mana to get a great Lurrus turn. So, Lurrus is a card that isn't useful in games where you run away with the game, but it is incredibly useful in games that are close, if that makes sense. So, like, Lurrus is not a card that helps you win games where you're already winning, but it is a game that helps you catch back up. Yeah, it's late game insurance. There are a lot of games with this archetype where you're right. You don't need Lurrus. You kill them before you have mana to utilize it, and that's definitely what happens. But there's also games that go a little bit long, and in those games that go long, you're happy to have Lurrus. That's unfortunate. Looking for a land. Ding. Hey Marty, do you think decks like Gruul would beat you good in this format if they had mana confluence? Would mana confluence push aggro too much in this format? Or would it just be healthy? And Domri's Ambush here. What about Fast Lands? I actually think Fast Lands are probably better than Mana Confluence. I'd rather Mana Confluence than Fast Lands. Yeah, some amount of fast lands are coming eventually, that's true. At some point, we're getting at least half of them. Hey, Navier, into the 26 months. Welcome back. What are fast lands? Fast lands are lands like Copperline Gorge, Botanical Sanctum. They're lands that come into play untapped on the first 3 turns of the game. Or if they're one of, if you have 2 or fewer other lands. If they're one of your first 3 lands into play, they come into play untapped. Alright, if they don't have Cleave, we're in a pretty good spot here. If they do have Cleave, we might be dead. I don't think I want to trade here. Yeah, maybe I do. Yeah, let's just keep my life total high, keep their threats off the table. I'm gonna play Aether Hub. No, Aether Hub is unplayable in this deck. Startling Development has been really, really good. Like, really, really good. I think this game's over at this point. I think this game has ended. It's gonna take us a little second here, but oh, you know what? I should have played this out first, right? Okay, it's up to 10. That's fine. I'll just think we drew it. They'll never know our shame, right? It's great. When you miss secrets with this deck, they don't actually know because, you know. Huh. I think I actually cut Boon of the Wishgiver here rather than Frostveil Ambush. I think Frostveil's more likely to have non-cycling text than Boon. Blood Angel, thank you for the year and a half. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Carl Reyes, thanks for the 15 months. Thanks for uploading your games to YouTube so not all of Magic's history will get destroyed by WotC. Ouch. Yeah, you know, WotC decisions. Oh, WotC decisions. Fox on 1, chat. Fox on 1. Easy game. They have a lot of removal. There's a good chance we don't untap with this Fox, but I think it's still right to play it out here. We have a Lava Coil to interact if they kill the Fox, and then we have some cycles to get taken for something new. Do they trade their elf for the Fox? Do they respect the Fox, chat? No respect. Wild Nicodle's coming for you, Domri. Wild Nicodle is coming for you. Oh, maybe I should just startle there. I don't know. I kind of want to get it out of stomp range. I don't know. I could go either way on that.
We won't answer to other guilds.
We won't answer to other guilds. Whew! Things you love to see, chat. Things you love to see. Lava Coil is a treat. Lava Coil is a treat. Nailed it indeed. Anybody else feeling a little foxy? Don't mind me. I'll just be over here drawing cards. You do your thing over there. I'll do my thing over here. I love drawing all the cards. Give me more cards. More cards. All of the cards. Man, I'm gonna be super disappointed if we don't get Hallowed one in. I mean, if we don't get Hallowed one, I'm gonna be so upset. Yes, yeah, this deck will play Hallowed one. You will cut Lurrus as a companion, and you will just play 4 Hallowed one. You can play Zedra still. I don't know about Jackal Pup. So, like, there's only so much room for cards that don't cycle in this archetype. For people that are new to Magic, Hallowed one is a 4/4 that costs 2 less to cast for every card you've discarded or cycled. So if you've cycled 3 cards, it's literally a free 4/4. That's your Adept. Adept loses you the companion. I don't know if the companion is actually that important, but it is worth noting. I think our opponent disconnected. This card is just so dumb. Like, what even is this? Like, just attack you for 18 with my 1-drops? What is love? Baby gonna hurt you, the fox will get you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Need to hurry up and unlock. Oh, is the Borderless Fox on the mastery track? Can I buy it? Can I buy it? Is it not? Does the border? Okay, now I need to check and see if Borderless Fox exists. Does it not exist yet? Cannot be purchased at this time. Don't go break in my heart. Whoa! You'll eventually be able to whale this whole deck, huh? You'll eventually be able to whale this whole deck? That's sick. That's how they all should be, chat. Every card should have a borderless option. Shut up and take my money. Fox on 1. Easy game, easy life. Easy game, easy life, chat. Cycle lands, chat. Cycle lands. Yeah. Yeah, not having to, like, stress about what's the right count of lands is so great. Just getting to be like, yep, we're playing this many. And it's wonderful. Don't even have to think twice about it. So on the off chance they have Bone Crusher Giant here and they're trying to be cheeky, I'm just gonna pass. Oh, just Omen, sure. Could get Tefreed or Clarion next turn. Thankfully, neither of those completely decimate our board. Clarion kills one, Tefreed resets one. So you'll notice I kept Footfall Crater here because I think against Teferi this card's actually good to just play out. So I get to go ahead and do this, and I get to play Fox, and then I'm going to go ahead and Footfall Crater on here. And this will let me haste this, so I can kill Teferi and then smack them for 3. And this is one of those games where Lurrus could really come in handy if they sweep our board next turn. We'll get to go Lurrus, recover a Fox right away. Silly Cheese, thanks for 16 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Well, this card's incredibly rude. Gonna need our... That's why we have Fries in the sideboard. Our nemesis, right? Yeah, I think so, TDM. I also put a couple of Flame Sweeps in our sideboard. I think I agree with you that our field matchup is probably decent. I'm gonna hold on to this Fox for now, I think. Cycling everything was lethal, wasn't it? Was it? I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't count. Are you aware that had I killed my opponent, I would be obligated to stop drawing cards? It's chat, for chat that's pointing out that I had lethal, are you aware that if I had killed them instead of Narset, I would have had to stop drawing cards? I just want to make sure everybody understands the gravity of the situation. So basically, you cut, when you're sideboarding, you like cut one of these two cards based on which one you think does the least for you. Fry's definitely good against the Narset deck. Click submit. Love that this deck. Matt, were you here when we were talking about Hallowed One in Historic? We're supposed to be getting Amonkhet remastered soon, and we're gonna get to play Hallowed One in this deck. When that gets here, hopefully. The goal of Magic is not to win, but to draw as many cards because more cards are endless possibilities. Exactly. Jin gets it. Alright, this doesn't have, I think I just want all of my nuclear launches in my opening hand. We'll get to them eventually in this matchup. Captain Invictius, thank you. Look at that! Yeah, for those of you taking notes at home on how to play this deck, take note of that one. Right there. 8th card, Fox. Cold Shoulder, thanks to the 21. Welcome back. Where's there an announcement of Amonkhet Remaster? They've not given us a date yet, but they've told us it's coming. So, things we know that are coming for Historic. We're getting a Historic Anthology every 3 months, 6 weeks approximately after a set release. We're getting Amonkhet Remastered, we're getting Jumpstart, and we're getting a Pioneer Masters. All of those things are certainties. Those are all things that will happen at some point. I think I want to try and hit land drops here. Perfect. I want to kill this now because I don't want them to be able to instant speed sweep me. We need to play 80 cards if our goal is to draw cards. Fair. Harsh, but fair. I mean, to be fair, human drafting was always on their roadmap. They just didn't have the bandwidth to get it implemented right away. But yeah, I agree. I think we did see something that was an actual pivot is we saw Wizards. They actually said in one of their posts that they were going to be focusing more on historic, and Wizards actually said at some point after we get some of those big drops, they're going to see some more competitive support for historic. So that'll be good. Between a little bit of support from them and us doing historic for the Hooglandia Opens, format's got a lot of potential to it, I feel like. Hey, Big Fig, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Really wanted to hit a cycler there. Alright, that's perfect. So I can cycle this, and then we can Zenith Flare the dragon, and then smack their Sarkin for 2. Feels bad to use that on not their face, but I think it's the correct play. Have you seen all the people who wanted human drafting upset that humans actually aren't good at drafting? You're making that up, right? That's gotta be... If you're not making it up, can you lie to me and tell me that you're making it up? I would appreciate it. Crunch. I fight so good. Thank you for the quarter of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. What does the fox say, chat? Does it say replay me from the graveyard? Listen, chat, this is why this deck is busted, by the way. Cats and dogs are working together. All bets are off. Head for the hills. Be afraid. They're also complaining humans take too long to draft. Well, they should just draft with the bots then. It's funny. Someone had asked me what I thought about the addition of human drafting, and my response was, off the cuff, was, 1, I don't really draft, so I don't really care. And 2, if I did draft, I greatly prefer drafting with bots. Actually, for the reason just stated. Like, humans do take a while. Why are we all highlighting our messages? I don't know, because some people like to burn shillings. Who are we to deny them their God-given right to burn shillings? It makes Jeff notice us. Listen, I notice you plenty fine without them, I promise. I promise. It's my money and I want to burn it now. Crunch. So I did actually miss a point of damage with my sequencing this turn, worth noting. Ferocious Ferret, thanks for the 15 months. Well, welcome back. Liberate the shillings. Something like that. These are currently 7. If they sweep, they go up to... Excuse me? Well, I thought we were winning this game, and then that happened. Yikes. Yikes. I mean, at least this Nexus player is killing us quickly, huh? At least At least Nexus is killing us quickly. That was not on my list of expectations. That's fine. We get to take game 3 on the play, right? Oh, magic. I think I'm happy that I boarded. Let's just run it back. I think there's a place for a Yadaro in this deck. I think it's worth testing. It's worth definitely. So, Fox, who actually donated for us to try this in Historic, they also donated for us to try it with Yadaro in Standard. You do lose Lurrus, which is a pretty big cost. Sugar, we're going down. We're going down in a really luau. Sugar, we're going down, swinging. Do 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 do. Be do 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 do. Be do 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 do. At least the 1 point of damage I missed last game didn't matter. Yeah, we got that going for us. Yeah. Yep. Much like in Standard, I think Tefreeze and a pile of interaction can be a hard time for this deck if you don't get exactly under them. Yeah. Like we got a 3-2. We got a 3-2 and we made a profit because you only gotta go 2-2 to make a profit. My big takeaway from that set was Thundermane was pretty poopy. I think in the creature matchups, I'd try giving up my companion and playing Ironcrag Pyromancer. If I wanted to try this again in Historic, getting to play the 6 cycle lands was excellent. Like, I genuinely don't know what the correct number of lands for this archetype is in Standard, but 14 actual lands with Secluded Steppe and Forgotten Cave felt really, really ideal in Historic. My one big takeaway that does port to the Standard version of this deck is that being able to cast Startling Development is really, really good and much better than being able to cast the Black Cycler that we played yesterday. So if I were to play this in Standard or any format, I would definitely play some Blue Shocks like we did here and do this. We also had this card be castable at different points, so that was sweet too off of our few blue lands, because like even though there's only 4 blue lands, you see so many cards per game that like getting blue by the time you get to 6 lands is like pretty reasonable. All right, we're gonna do a second Historic deck today. We're gonna be ramping back up the Historic content on this channel. The next Oglandy Open is gonna be Historic. So we are going to be doing some Yarok Field. I had a request to play this specifically with some Agent of Treachery at the top end for a little bit of extra greed. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll before we dive into this one. I'm going to run to the restroom really quick too, so it might be a quick, slightly longer break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.